Okay, now we're going to focus just on this wave here, this last wave, okay? I'm going to take my flat brush, medium flat brush we call it, okay? Medium flat brush. And now we have a nice little dark here, okay? And this will be a nice contrast against the one behind it. So I'm going to take some phaylo blue, burnt umber. And for this I think maybe a tiny bit of cadmium red. And there's a real nice dark just in here. Let's go a little bit of phaylo blue again, a little bit of red. Nice bit of red into this now, okay? Make it nice and warm and rich. And let's put this dark in just here. There's a wave crashing over here and it disappears then into nothing over here, okay? It's just a real nice shadow. Looks really nice on the photograph. Now, wipe your brush off with your tissue, give it a clean and go into some white. And we're mixing this now on the palette, or on the canvas, okay? So I'm just taking white, plain white, and blend it into this here. And you'll see immediately change colour. It'll pick up that dark colour and you'll get some nice lights and darks, nice tones, and just pull it down gently. There we go. And it actually goes across here and disappears into the ocean. Okay, side to side, just flick it from side to side nice and gently. And just pick up some more white and just blend that into that foam overhead. There we go. And you can see already all these lovely brush strokes. And it's all about the brush strokes, okay? The brush strokes, as I said, will tell your eye the direction of the wave or the water, the direction of the water, the flow of the water, okay? Just bear that in mind. I'm flicking it around in a curve as I'm going. And that's the water falling down. You see? And you'll get there with a bit of practice, don't worry. Now, and this then just blends right into the bottom half of this water down here. Just to take it, dampen our brush just slightly. Take some more of that white. And just blend it in down here. Cover the canvas. Alright? And it comes across here. Now just cut across the bottom of that dark there, okay? Just like that. And then blend it up in. There we go. You can see already now how nice that's looking. Now, if it's a little bit blue, let's just take a little bit brown. Alright? Just take a little bit of brown on your brush. And we'll tone that down. It's looking a little bit blue on the camera there, so let's just take a bit of brown and just go over it with a bit of brown. Because with the composition, you want the colours to blend together on the canvas. You don't want one colour standing out on the canvas. It just wouldn't look right. So if you feel that something is a little bit too much on the canvas and it's standing out too much, just tone it down. Tone it down with a different colour. Now, browns will always tone down blues. Remember that. If you're painting a sky, a blue sky, and it's too blue for you, maybe just add a little bit of brown into it with some white. A little bit of burnt umber, and that will tone that blue down for you. It'll make more of a greeny grey rather than a rich blue. Now, this goes across here like that. Now, this here is a big white wave coming right across. Now look, I'll just take my pointy brush with some white just to show you at home what we're actually doing here, okay? This is going to be a big white wave crashing over here, and it's coming across here, cutting across in front of this, just like that. And it's going to be all white foam all the way across. So this is going to be all white foam here, okay? And it's going to move from dark shadow colour here to very bright highlight on top, and that will pop out in from the dark colour behind. So again, light against dark, dark against light. if you can follow. So I'm just going to go across here. I want to do a bit of work on this just here, okay? Just along here. I want to do a little bit of work on this, get some nice ripples going in here. And that's the reason I love using these synthetic brushes, because they come to a lovely point, you see? And they're great for creating these little ripples. Now you can use your little pointy brush for this if you like, but I'm going to use my flat synthetic brush for this. As watch, I'll show you. Create some lovely ripples across in the water. You see? And it's very, very simple. It looks like it's a lot of work, but it's not. All I'm doing is moving the brush backwards and forwards. That's all I'm doing. Let's take some more white with a bit of cobalt blue. Put some in here. Put a couple falling down here as well. Why not? Side to side, just wiggle the brush. There we go. And that looks quite nice already, don't it? We'll go with some darks as well, because there's going to be some shadows in around there as well. So I'm taking some of that cobalt blue and burnt umber mix and just going in behind those, just a little, here and there. Okay, just creating little shadows. There we go. Now we can come back and put some highlights on these later. Right, we'll move on to this crashing wave here, crashing over. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to clean this flat brush that I just used. I'm going to use this. And I'm going to go into some white directly. So lots of thick white paint on the brush. Okay? And pull that over. Pull that down. It's falling down, so pull it in the direction which is falling. Pull the brush down. And then it curves around like this. So we'll do that again. Same again, just here. And then it comes up like this. And just pull it over. All the way along. Now you can use your fan brush for this if you like as well. Same as what we did up here, and just tap it along. But I really want to create the direction of this wave falling down with this brush. Alright. In fact, I will move on to my fan brush here in a minute. Now it comes to a stop here, and there's a very dark shadow all the way along underneath this wave. Okay. There we go. And just curve that around, and it's falling over here. And in fact, put some more white on our brush. Just tap some lights just along over this shadow here, and it's blending in to the rest of the sea here. Alright. There we go. That's nice. Yeah. There we are. Now I'm going to take my pointy brush and I just want to get some very bright detail highlights just along here, okay? Now, I've run out of white. I'm just going to put some white on my palette. I do apologise. Now, I'm going to take some of that very bright highlight colour that we were talking about earlier. Little tiny dab of naples yellow and plenty of white. Plenty of white. Now, when I say plenty of white, I don't mean every single bit of white that you have on your palette. What I'm talking about is this, look. Plenty of white on the brush. With some of that Naples yellow. And just along here, dab a couple of highlights just along. Where the water is just sort of splashing over. That really gives it some life. And just over here as well, just on the top, where the light is catching the water as it's falling over. There we go, see? And if you'd like to see some of my work hanging up close, I have some work hanging in Cafe Dunmare down in Blackpool Shopping Centre. And I have some stuff hanging in there. And it's a lovely cafe, and the staff in there are fantastic. They really help you out. Pop in for a coffee. Take a look at my work and have a coffee. That's what I say. And you can see my work up close. And you can see the framing as well. Some lovely framing. Which I make myself, by the way. And there we go, that's not too bad now. You can come back to it again in a minute. So you can see I was just putting like just little marks here and there, just to indicate some really bright highlights in the sun catching that wave as it's falling over. That's all I'm doing. Now there's a little bit of shadow just along here. This kind of gets very dark here, you know, this white foam. There's a very dark shadow colour just behind that. So or just underneath that, sorry. So I'm just going to take some of this blue and a tiny bit of red, cadmium red, tiny bit of cobalt blue, and I'm going to put a little bit of brown just to tone that down. Remember what I was saying about the brown? It tones down these blues. And just put some shadow colour just along the bottom of this here. Okay, because it's really dark. Real dark shadow colour. And just flick your brush round and round. There we go. It's not too bad now. And we can go even darker just at the bottom. We take some brown, some of that phaylo blue, because phaylo blue is much darker than cobalt blue, and some cadmium red. I just want a really dark shadow colour just at the end here. There we are. And just move my brush around the circular motions, and that's blending it into the colour above then. So you can see now it's creating all these different layers and textures in the wave. You see that? And that's not too bad. As a beginner's tutorial, I don't think it's too bad. And I'm learning myself as I go along. I'm by no means professional. I taught myself since a very young age. So I'm not a professional artist. And just take a tiny bit of black just along the end. Just really set off that shadow. There we go. And that is not a bad looking wave at all, is it? Now, I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of phaylo blue just in under here. I really want to show off the dark under there, okay? And just along here as well. So it's just lights and darks all the way along. That's all we're doing. Now I'm just pulling this colour down here just to pull it in here. There we go. And we're almost there, folks. I'm just going to fill in this bottom piece here just at the end with a little bit of white and a little bit of cobalt blue, and let's just fill this in the crosshair. Blend it into that colour over on the left tiny extra bit of white, lighten it over here. There we go. Blend it across. And it's not too bad at all. Okay, let's take our flat little brush that we used for these ripples over here, and let's just go into some white with a little bit of Naples yellow again. Now if you have this on your palette already, just use the colour which is on your palette already. You don't have to remix these colours constantly. And let's just put some few little ripples here and there. Okay, just to suggest some water movement. This is all I'm doing here now is just suggesting some movement in the water. That's all it is doing. And notice the direction of the brush is going in the direction of the water. Okay. Now, just to balance this out, I'm just going to put a little bit of white just along here with my palette knife, okay? Just to show a little wave just crashing over here. Just a little wave just crashing over. There we go. Just here and there. And that's how easy it really is. And then just take a little bit of dark, that dark colour that we have already on our palette, and just put a little shadow in here and there. Okay? That just shows you the shadow of this wave falling across. You see how easy that was? There we go. Now, you're pretty much finished, and I just want to go along and put some little highlights in just here and there. Just here and there. So I'm just going to come along and put some nice bright colour just around the edge of this wave here, just crashing down. And just blend it in. Just like that. And then take some more white and let's just flatten this out just a little here. Okay, there we go. And let's go up and put a little bit along the top of this. Notice I'm just playing around with the brush. Just little bits here and there. And you can even do little flicks if you like. Just to show little flicks of water flicking around here and there. And let's just add some detail to the painting. And let's go across the top of this, just like that, and maybe a piece there. It's falling over. You see? And it's just all these little highlights, they all help, they make a difference. And that's not too bad at all, is it? Quite nice painting. Just to show you about movement and how the brush strokes can create movement in a painting. That's all I'm doing. And all these little tips and hints that you're learning across, all these little tips that you're learning all along the way, they will all help, because you can use these little techniques for other paintings as you're moving along, as you're getting better and better. And that, my friends, I think we will call it a day. That is not too bad at all. Now I've noticed one small part of this painting which I would like to add on. It's just this little splash here, okay? I just want to create a little bit more movement than that. I want this falling over onto the rocks. So just with my fan brush with a bit of white, flick it over onto the rock. There we go. Just like that. I think that's a little bit better. And I might even put in a little bit of shadow just on the back end of it here. Because where there's light, there's shadow. Just as we talked about earlier. Where there's light, there's shadow. And just test this out. There's a little bit of shadow down here. There we go. Not too bad. Let's just take our blender brush. Let's just blend that in. And just blend this all across here. Create a nice mist. There we go. I'd say that's a little bit better, isn't it? And let's just take our fan brush again, give it a little clean. And dip into that very bright colour again. And just put a little couple of flicks just around here and there. That's it. Water is splashing right up onto this wave, onto this rock here. There we go. And with that, I think we will sign. Let's take some black, plenty of tarps. Come down here and we'll sign this. S. Conway. My name is Stephen Conway. Thank you for watching. And give me a like and subscribe. Pass it on to your friends and family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.